This is Adam Kwitko reporting for 3seconds.com from the 2015 Montana Spartan Sprint Founders Race. This is the first of the televised NBC Spartan races and will air on July 21st on NBC Sports Network. I gotta thank Dave Huckle, founder of the Weeple Army, for filming this men's elite coverage while I was racing. The men's elite wave started at 7:30 and the women followed just after 8:30, basically after the first few elite men had finished, so that was pretty cool for them. They got to watch the finish, which was pretty entertaining, as you're about to see, and then race themselves. The sprint took place on Sunday, but on Saturday there was a beast course that was won on the men's side by Ryan Kent. Chad Tremmel came second, and Jimmy Sowa in third. On the women's side, Faye Stenning came in first, Allison Ty in second, and Debbie Kosh third. For the sprint course that you're about to watch, my Suunto Ambit 3 GPS watch, equipped with barometric altimeter, measured 5.6 miles and 1,856 feet of elevation gain. That's 9 kilometers and 566 meters of elevation gain. So it was a long and tough sprint. This elite coverage is very limited, as it is impossible for one cameraman to cover the majority of the obstacles on his own. But you'll get to see some good battles and top finishes.
Fifty yards.
Coming up to the bridge about halfway through the race, Glenn Race with a little bit of a lead on John Yatsko. Glenn is a former road runner with a 5K personal best of 14 minutes and 59 seconds, followed closely by John Yatsko, also a fast runner, from Flagstaff, Arizona.
After this.
Coming in third, Isaiah Vidal.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Making it up that bridge.
Oh, I don't know who this is.
Slips a little bit, but he's all right.
Is this Ryan Woods?
Here comes Ryan Woods in fourth.
Who's that? Hey, what's his name?
There's Chad Tremmel, who came in second in the Beast the day before, followed by Ryan Kent, who won the Beast the day before. So those guys clearly still have something left in those legs. And behind them, Matt Novakovic, who won this race last year, and actually grabbed a log from the fire jump and lifted it over his head as he crossed the finish line. So let's see if he'll do that again this year. Right after the bridge was the bucket carry, with an elevation gain of 95 feet. That bucket carry was pretty steep going up and down, not super long, but definitely long enough. And as you can see, Yatsko passes Glenn and gets a bit of a lead on the bucket carry.
Come on, Glenn!
Great job, way to go, Jimmy, way to go,
Own it. Good job.
Right after the bucket carry was the Hercules hoist. Now this was nice and heavy. Yatsko, who's a pretty slim guy, doesn't have much difficulty with it. He's got real nice technique.
Yeah, good job, Yatsko.
Puts it down clean and gets back onto the trail.
Still in the lead.
Glenn's still in second. You can see him hoisting as Isaiah Vidal makes his way still in third place. Now Isaiah's a really well-built guy for a obstacle racer, and I think his technique shows just how heavy that hoist is. Of course, there's no chance he's not getting it, but definitely still a little bit of a struggle for everyone. Now we get to the good stuff. The barbed wire crawl was pretty damn long. People were saying 100 yards. Of course, that means absolutely nothing because it always seems longer than it is. It wasn't Vermont long, but still pretty long. And after that barbed wire was a bridge that we had to crawl under, so very similar to a barbed wire crawl. Still Yatsko first, Glenn second, and Isaiah third. After going under that bridge, did a very short loop and went over a vertical cargo net that you'll see in the women's elite coverage. Then over the bridge and under the dunk wall. Notice how Yatsko sticks his hands up in the air as soon as he enters the water. He knows the spear throw is right after, and he wants to keep those hands dry for that spear throw.
Come on, Ryan.
Which way?
Go that way, though. Go.
Yatsko had a lead on Glenn at the spear throw. Of course, Yatsko got it, and you see Glenn doing his burpees. Here comes Isaiah Vidal in third. He misses the spear throw, which is a bit of a surprise. Heads right over to do his burpees. He's not wasting any time.
12. 13.
Race the burpees, guys. Race the burpees.
Come on, Isaiah.
7.
Second, Isaiah.
Nice, boys.
Ryan Kent coming in hot to the spear throw.
Come on, Isaiah.
24.
Come on. You're doing great. You got him.
And he misses. So that's 3 in a row missing. Now Chad Tremmel. Sinks it.
Chad, Chad just took
Now
over
this is
second
big.
place.
Chad goes from 5th to 2nd place, and John Yatsko brings it home. He probably did not have to finish nearly that strong. He had a 1.5-minute lead on Chad Tremmel.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The cliff multi-bar was the last obstacle, excluding the fire jump, of course, and it had 6 rings, a swinging horizontal, slightly upward sloping bar, to 3 short Tarzan ropes, and a bell that you had to ring at the end. The top elite men didn't really have much of a problem with this obstacle, because grip strength wasn't really required for the last few obstacles. So that's Chad Tremmel coming in second. Again, he did come in second place in the long and tough Montana Spartan Beast race the day before, followed closely by Glenn Race. I had a few words with Glenn before the race. He wanted to do under an hour. He got exactly 1 hour time, and looks pretty happy to finish third.
coming down the hill now is
Isaiah Vidal does not look happy finishing 4th, and as you can see, he is visibly upset.
Good job, Bear, way to go.
On to the women's race. As mentioned, it started just after 8:30. They did get a chance to watch that exciting men's elite race finish.
This time, Amelia Boone.
Amelia Boone comes over the wall first, well known for her long-distance OCR race wins at the 2013 Spartan Beast Championships, and of course a couple wins at World Toughest Mudder. Next up, Spartan Pro Team member Orla Walsh.
Next up, Kate Kramer.
Kate Kramer.
And last but not least, Rose Wetzel.
And of course, Rose Wetzel. Now Rose is known to be real fast, and a sprint distance Spartan race really suits her strength. It'll be interesting to see how Amelia Boone's long course endurance matches up against Rose's short course speed. First up to the bridge, Rose Wetzel.
50 yards behind. 50 yards behind.
We got a bucket carry and a hurt boys coming up. It's tight.
Who has a nice lead on Amelia Boone.
Let's go, Amelia. Come on.
Orla Walsh is in third, but a few minutes behind the first 2 ladies.
It's what you do.
You got this, Rose. Let's go. Let's go. Close fast. Let's go, Rose.
After the bridge, a little mud puddle. Then, of course, the bucket carry.
Got this, Rose. Let's go.
Come on, Amelia.
Amelia. Let's go. You got this.
It's what you do.
Go. Go. You got this. Bucket carry.
They fill up their buckets and head straight uphill.
Go, Mia. Make sure those holes are covered up, girl. Go, Amelia.
You got it.
These 2 ladies really don't look like they're struggling very much at all, but everyone knows the bucket carry is one of the tougher Spartan race obstacles. definitely taxing on your grip strength if you carry the bucket the wrong way. The best way to do it is with your wrist clasped around the bucket. Now for some confusion after the bucket carry. After Rose empties her bucket, she doesn't quite know where to go. She asks around, I dive out of the way. This causes Amelia to catch up to Rose. Rose runs into a tree, and then they both find their way to the Hercules hoist. Both Rose and Amelia battle it out at the Hercules hoist. Even though Rose is smaller than Amelia, she's still faster at this obstacle. Then back through the mud and up another hill.
Great job, ladies. Way to go, way to go. Gentlemen, you better pick it up. They're right behind you.
Amelia makes up some ground on Rose and actually passes her in the barbed wire, but Rose hops out of that barbed wire and under that bridge and regains that lead. Then over the vertical cargo net.
Forrest, they'll be right back here.
Over to the dunk wall. Now you'll hear John Yatsko give his hands out of the water advice to Rose.
If you keep your hands up, you can keep them both dry. You got a spear throw and rings coming. You want dry hands.
Apparently he does not extend the same advice to Amelia. Over the spear throw, they get there at pretty much the same time. Rose sinks it, takes off over the last few obstacles. Amelia really takes her time. And misses, so that's 30 burpees for Amelia Boone. Third place is pretty far behind, so she has lots of time to complete those 30 burpees. Over to the Cliff Multi-Bar. Now keep in mind, Rose has been doing some work for American Ninja Warriors, so although this is no easy obstacle, she definitely has some practice on a rig type obstacle. And she does not have that much trouble with the Cliff Multi-Bar. Jumps over the fire, and she is stoked for the win. Over to Amelia Boone. Pretty smooth on those rings. Takes her time going over to the bar. Onto the 3 Tarzan ropes. Here you can see the lattice wall that was just in front of the Cliff Multi-Bar. That's Orla Walsh in third. Orla ended up finishing a full 6 minutes after Amelia, which shows just how much Amelia and Rose were pushing each other. heads over to the Cliff Multi-Bar. She knows that Kate Kramer is just behind her, and third place is clearly on the line. Also notice that they did shut off the music for the NBC production. It actually made this part of the race really intense. Orla getting lots of support from the crowd. And she kicks that bell. And that's third place for Orla Walsh. Kate Kramer just a minute or so behind Orla, but no one really behind her. She starts off going ring to ring, then does some kind of leapfrog action. Onto the swinging horizontal bar. Onto the Tarzan rope. And kicks the bell. And over the fire jump for a solid fourth place finish. To cap things off on the men's side, John Yatsko wins the race in a time of 58 minutes and 26 seconds, followed by Chad Trimmel in 59 minutes and 52 seconds. That's a second place in the Beast the day before, and again second place in the sprint. And Glenn Race finishing third in exactly 1 hour. Isaiah Vidal in fourth, 1 hour and 14 seconds. Matt Novakovic fifth, which took him 1 hour, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Beast winner from the day before, Ryan Kent in sixth. On the women's side, Rose Whitsall wins in 1 hour, 9 minutes and 5 seconds. Amelia Boone in second, 1 hour, 12 minutes and 5 seconds. Orla Walsh third in 1 hour, 18 minutes and 19 seconds. Only a few seconds behind in 1 hour, 19 minutes and 19 seconds. Faye Stenning, winner of the Montana Beast the day before, in fifth in 1 hour, 26 minutes and 40 seconds. And Debbie Kosh, third place from the Montana Beast the day before, in 1 hour, 29 minutes and 21 seconds. This has been Adam Kwitko from 3seconds.com with help from Dave Huckle with some limited elite coverage of the 2015 Montana Spartan Sprint Founders Race.